Welcome to Love Them Knives, boys. What do we got? We got Tuyaknife, and they've got a new model out, and you know what? It's selling very well, very well. In fact, I'm doing this video knowing that it might be sold out when I post it, but have no fear. Oh, by the way, let's wipe this blade down. Have no fear, because Mr. Warren of Tuyaknife has informed me that more of the Envy version 4, that's what this knife is, are on their way, okay? Interesting. Now, this one's got that copper, carbon fiber, freaked out look, and then you can get that also with a silver, which is like the foil type mix with the carbon fiber. This is an S90V blade. Comes in this hard shell box, so that's rugged, isn't it? Who's this guy? This guy. Okay, so this is Tuyaknife. This is Dave Warren. He and his family, you know, blah, blah, blah. And in Kentucky, yeah, that's not China, okay? And he's been doing this Tuyaknife routine for quite a while. And this is his design. But this is version 4 of his design. And flip it over, S90V DW4, Dave Warren 4, titanium frame lock. Okay, but it's not a flipper. Oh, I got number 36. I hadn't noticed before. You've turned the studio lights on, you start seeing things you didn't see before. But jumping here, and you know what? This is not one of these little, you know, everything's been like 3-inch blade, and it's been maybe 7-inch overall to 7 1/4, 7 1/2 overall length, that kind of thing. This one's 7 3/4 overall length, okay, at almost 20, well, 19.7 centimeters, but it's a 3.5-inch blade. Okay, I mean 3.5-inch blade. Now, of course, you can go up here, whatever, but 3.5-inch blade, because it's almost 3.5-inch cutting length. Okay, 90 millimeters. So you got you some blade right there. And I don't know, I mean, I was looking at this going, how am I going to explain? What is that? Modified sheep's foot? Not really Warncliffe, not drop point. Okay, never mind. It's a blade. It's a blade. Now, it drops. It drops. Of course, ceramic bearings, all that good stuff. No blade play, no lock rock. It's centered. Yep, it's centered up directly. Yeah, none of the shenanigans on this. But you know what? The thing is, $239. I'm telling you, have you looked around lately? And if you're an enthusiast, you always do, right? And you're sitting here, and there's my lockup, 20%. But wow, I mean, these knives are getting $350, $400, close to $5 if you get the Moku tie, you know, bag spacer and pocket clip that goes with it and stuff. You seen that? Wow. So all of a sudden, like $239 seems like a screaming ass deal. And you know what? Tuyaknife has been around. Plus, Dave, okay? You got a USA guy. Plus, okay, Blade HQ and White Mountain Knives will both be carrying these knives. All right, so it's like you buy something, if there's an issue or something, it can go back to the retailer, you just get an exchange or refund, or on down the road something arises, you've got Dave, okay? Send the knife to him. He's your sales and service guy for the USA. So, I mean, you're covered. I mean, you're covered. Probably we could argue some of the USA manufacturers that I have had experience with service that may not be quite as responsive even. So that's a good thing as well. Ergos on this are great. I mean, if you've seen the DW3 and that kind of thing, and I have, I'll put the links to the other Envy knives that I have done on this channel. But is that nice? That's nice. And reverse finger flick, just like that. The detent is strong enough. It's plenty strong. I wouldn't want it any stronger. You know, you got to kind of get after this to, it's not just going to fall open for you. So you're going to have to be fairly intentional with this. And I'm not cutting my finger off. Have you noticed that? Because that's unsharpened area right there. So now the whole knife is not unsharpened. They actually sharpen part of it for you. Isn't that nice? That's just an extra they do. And so S90V, now you got to completely follow through on your cut to actually cut. S90V, and yes, it's a good factory edge on it, just right there in the middle, not scary sharp and not on the negative end either. It's a good factory edge. Here's pass through, so it's easy to disengage this lock bar. Boom, and it drops. And this I haven't messed with, done anything. I will. I'm going to take it apart here in a little bit, but this is the way it was right out of the box. I think that's good. Yeah, and I got copper because I don't think they ran out, but they will have more. And, oh, by the way, see this stuff? Well, they're also going to have an option where they're going to have fat carbon fiber, okay? And instead of the satin, they're going to have hand-rubbed finish on blades as well. So you could get a fat carbon with hand-rubbed blade, you know, as an option here, post-haste. I mean, we're talking a week or 2 or 3, whatever. So watch out for that. I mean, this is really selling almost surprisingly well, I think he was saying. He was very pleased at the reception of this new NV4, okay? So, and you know, I looked at it on Instagram as well, and I'm going, ooh, that's very different. That's different. That maybe the handle not quite so radically changed as previous, which is nice because the Ergos were always nice on it, but the blade shape. And it's not a flipper, and that's kind of nice as well as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you got a good contact patch here, okay? So you don't have a flipper tab putting you up like this in the air, whatever. So that kind of thing. S90V, very corrosion resistant. Could you use this to slice things? Food prep, camping, whatever. Yes. Is it too pretty to do that? Yes, probably. But it can. And it's got a back spacer, rolls out here. They've cut away that body here to expose this as a lanyard area, and that's plenty big, isn't it? Another thing you may have noticed here is that these body screws are number 6s. That will change as well. This next batch that's coming in will be number 8 body screws, according to Dave. And he's welcome to, I'll pin a comment here if he wants to put one in on this video. But yes, that was my understanding as well. So from number 6 to number 8s on this. But I mean, whew. Let's weigh it up because I'm just sitting here playing with the damn thing. And 109 grams. That's just not that's not much, is it? 3.8 ounces. So yeah, I mean, that's exactly the same weight as my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So yes, and it's shorter. The Paramilitary 2 is 8 1/4 inches overall length, but it doesn't have any more blade than this. Probably doesn't have as much cutting length as this, actually. That's nice. Okay, let's check, shall we, and see. We're at 0 here. How fat are you? 12.3 at 0.48. You know, to me in hand, it feels more like a full 1/2 inch or maybe a little bit over that. That's pretty respectably thin. 0.11, so 3 millimeter. 3 millimeter blade stock. Okay, okay. Nice. Yeah, it's fidget friendly, and it's got a nice drop to it, and it's got good materials, you know, but I like the design, and you got this cutaway here, so you can get down on either your sharpening system, the stones, the strop, whatever, and not be banging into this. Yeah, it's nice. But Ergos, great. Reverse grip, fine. And where's my balance on this? Easy to find there. But fit and finish is good on these as well. And of course, this is a lot of like how I cut. I'll just jump up. I don't know. I just use like an intuitive grip if I'm cutting a box. Sometimes it'll be like this, but not always like this necessarily. Okay? So I kind of just jump around on a knife as to how I need to do things. But I sure like fidgeting with them because it's a hell of a lot of fun. So I sit there and I'll be watching a game or something and doing this and driving my wife crazy. Okay, let's get Big Blue out. And what in tarnation? Yeah, this is kind of all kinds of crazy, isn't it? Blackwater Machine Works. Blackwater Machine Works makes these. This is acrylic. This is super lightweight compared to the number 8. I mean, I used to have my number 8 in here in good screw, of course. This is titanium, right? Definitely heavier. So let's try out my Blackwater Machine Works, my sprinkles, my dessert driver. Is it the Desert Warrior driver? And come on, baby. Bust loose. Get me. Okay, so I had to grab Mr. Fat Grippy to break the seal here. Break the seal, but I don't know, maybe I should have unscrewed this side. No, that's not moving, so it might be a captured pivot. Let's check it out. I didn't want to rip this thing apart the first time I'm using this driver. And what did we do? We took the whole pivot right out of this thing, didn't we? Wowie. That's interesting. Okay, we'll see what we got here later. Let's get the number 6 out of here. And these are popping out, no problem. Let's take the pocket clip. And I'm losing bearings already. Okay, and so we got the pocket. We got the screw, the body screw from the other side, this body screw from this side, and they look the same length. Okay, so let's get my drivers out of the way momentarily. We got this. This went flying off like a truck just lost its retread. And so we're going to pull this apart here, if it would be so kind for us to do so. Here, and this one, of course, is this pass-through here. It's not going to want to let go, is it? Okay, but it will eventually. Okay, so we got this back spacer here, and it does not want to let go, but we've got it apart. Okay, so back spacer, pocket clip's going to stay attached. Desperately wants to. And of course we got our ceramic bearings. Okay. And what about you, buddy? And where is our little lovely from the front here? Push that baby out. Yeah, we had some thread. Lock her in there. There's the front. Okay, so now we got done knocking the crap out of everything. We got it apart, that's for sure. Of course, we got these inlays in here, so they didn't come in and do any more weight relieving. Got a hardened steel insert over travel stop, ceramic detent ball, and of course we've got steel washers here, and there's your blade stop, okay? So all parts now disassembled, and it looks pretty clean. And we're back together, and yep, it's got the same old happy drop it had before. It's a DW4, the Envy 4, or the Envy V4, version 4. Nice drop. Fidget friendly. Good in the hand. And a reasonable price as well. USA sales and service. And I'll thank you for hanging out with me today. We do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.